Guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and with Halloween just around the corner, we are doing another cemetery location to share some of the beauty and amazing pieces that are found here. We're coming to you from the Hollenback Cemetery in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And this is a place that has some dated history to it that I will share with you a little bit later in the video. But Mike's joining me. He's going to be doing a video for his channel, Good Day for Decay. And we're going to walk around here and show you some of the amazing tombstones, crypts, mausoleums, and unique things to see here. So if you're ready, come along with us as we explore the Hollenback Cemetery. Alright, so starting off, you can see this is quite the cemetery. Very expansive. One of the largest ones in this area, and it just goes on and on and on. And you have every type of plot to see here with tombstones, mausoleums, crypts, ornate stuff, older stuff. Basically, if you're looking for something unique in a cemetery, you'll find it here. So right here in front of me we have this very tall one, and as we pan down we'll see the name on it. It's actually Hollenback, which is the name of the cemetery. George M. Hollenback, born August 11th, 1791, died November 7th, 1866, I believe. And I believe that this is the person that the cemetery is named after. I'm going to be sharing my information about the cemetery soon. I believe that is the individual. So while we're walking around here, I'm going to share some of the details about this cemetery. I guess we'll stop here in the shade. So the Hollenback Cemetery Association was formed June 4th, 1855. 15 acres were gifted by Colonel George M. Hollenback, where we saw his burial plot right there. December 13th, 1855, advertisements went out in the local newspaper called Record of the Times, where they announced that the cemetery was open. March 26, 1856, the first burial was made here. And by 1870, hundreds of remains had been removed from the old burial grounds on East Market Street and relocated here at the Hollenback Cemetery, I believe due to flooding issues. So there are remains here that date well before 1855, and we'll see if we come across some of those. But again, this is a very expansive cemetery, and we have a lot of ground to cover, so try to show you as much as we can. And we're going to try to focus on the more ornate, interesting ones, but nonetheless, you could spend hours here and probably not see everything. Now, a cemetery very similar to this one is the Dunmore Cemetery, which I did do a video on. If you want to see that, it will pop up in the corner of the screen, and I'll have a link down below in the description. It is similar with the amount of shade and unique pieces, but this one I think is larger than that one and has a bit more history tied to it. Up here we got a row of the mausoleums. Some people call them vaults. I call them mausoleums because you can walk inside to visit the loved ones. William Lord Cunningham, that's quite the name. That's a very nice one with the columns. Nice staircase. Now that one up there is built in the Hillside. 1904 Davis. That one, I'm going to see if we can possibly get up to that one. That one looks very unique. Right in front of us here we have some older ones. Elizabeth H., wife of James Hancock, born 1803, died 1879. Mary, wife of James Hancock, born 1802, died 1844. And James himself, died 1880, age of 86 years old. And I'm going to zoom in. There's a train trestle back there. I hear a train coming. I think it's going to be going over that momentarily. Let's see if we get some footage of that. Oh yeah, there it goes. That's a cool shot. Norfolk Southern, that's the ones that come to the Taylor yard that I visit. Now this next one's gonna be hard to see with the sunlight, but I'm gonna walk closer towards it. This one looks very creepy. W.J. Woodward. And the doors are kind of pushed open with the old padlock. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 people buried in here. It's definitely a more older, creepy looking one. Mike's over there getting his shots. Moving on to the next one is this Flick. Very grand scale one. And next to that is Hillman. I do like how these are kind of built into the mountainside here, the hillside, because the vaults in there are going into the earth further back, so it's kind of encapsulated very well. Parsons, I think Parsons is a part of Wilkes-Barre, 1815 to 1900. I do like this cross here. Sorry about my shadow, but it is nice looking. So those of you who are paying attention, you may notice I do have some new t-shirt designs. This is my newest and latest one. I found a toy, it's officially abandoned. I do have this as well as 2 other designs on my merchandise shop, which will be linked down below in the description. Check it out, pick one up for yourself. Be a great item for Christmas. These ones here we stumble upon, these are definitely sad ones. These are infants, toddlers if you want to even say. George Jacobs, 1903, 1904. Bert D. Jacobs, 1898, 1904. Looks like Orissa, 1894, 1895, and Carey, 1892, 1894. And there's, I believe, maybe the father. We got some older ones here, though. We want to see if we can find some dates on these. These ones are very hard to read. I can't make it out. It's too far weathered. But typically these thin ones like this and these weathered ones are significantly older. These may have been ones that are relocated here too. But we got quite a bit more to see, so we're going to keep moving on. Alright, so continuing on, we snapped a few photos here and there, which reminds me, make sure you stick around for the photo montage. There's so many good photo opportunities here. I'm snapping dozens of photos. So at the end of the video, you'll want to stick around for that. So right here we have a really nice one, and Mike mistaken this as a real person from a distance. He thought it was someone sitting there taking a break, but it's actually a statue, and a very beautiful one. A lot of detail to it. I wonder if that's how the person looked that's buried here. It's an older one too, it's very weathered and worn. Alright, so here's one, looks like it's the Lincoln Memorial almost. Wow, that's incredible. Mike, this is not the place to take a nap. That's what happens when you don't have a wide-angle phone. Now me, on the other hand, I could just stand here and take it all in. Stegmeyer, that's the brewery that's in Wilkes-Barre here. Man, that one's huge. This one's just as nice too. I love the blue contrast in the background of the sky. Doesn't surprise me with the business owner having such a large monument and mausoleum. This one though is like medieval looking. It's got the wreaths over the barred up windows, the stained glass, the huge wooden doors. I really love that. Gonna back up and show you the full thing. Yeah, that is spectacular. Very different from the other ones here, which makes it stand out more unique. (1902) Weller Sanders. I cast it back all the way up to get a full shot. This one here is Walter Gaston. Let's see if we can take a look in the windows. I'm always curious to see what's inside. Somebody shot a bullet. I'm going to switch camera angles. There, it's hard to see much of anything. Nice stained glass window. It's like marble walls. That's sad. Someone's been shooting bullets at it. Pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, these are either copper or bronze. Amesbury. Not familiar with that name. So here we are now coming up on top of one of the hills here, looking down to the entrance down there, which looks like a small castle. And then we have the hospital in the background. But there are some more unique ones here we're going to check out, including this giant one right in front of us. And Mike is actively trying to swat away the flies. Folks, this is what happens when you don't shower.
They're horrible. Look at them all.
So while we're still making our way through the cemetery here, showing you some of the beauty that can be found here, I'd ask that you comment down below. Tell me what your favorite feature is of this place, whether it's the trees, the hillsides, the detail to keeping it looking pristine, or even if you know some of the names here and you have information about the families or the history behind them, be sure to leave your comments down below. Now here's one here that I believe has some significance, Kirby. And not far from here is Kirby Park. Let's see if we could take a look inside this one. I do see beautiful stained glass and the sun is shining through, which is really illuminating it. And you can see there's a number of different crypts in there. It's like Walker, Dillard, Kirby, Marion, Sutherland, Kirby. I can't read them all. There's, I think, 4 people in there. But it is very nice. So, found some older ones here. This one, so the name is Schrader. Born 1786, died 1860. This one here is a little girl, Clara, 5 years of age. Looks like there's others buried here too. There are some unique ones here too. It's a pretty big one. This one here, James Francis Lee. That's a heck of a tombstone. Wow. Emily Thomas, wife of Washington Lee, 1823-1910. That is very unique looking. This big one here is Ellen Elizabeth Loomis, died 1911. Ida Maud Loomis died 1883. And down here we have Ida, Eva, Bessie, and WDL. So I found a nice little area here. We took a bunch of photos, which you'll be seeing later on in the video, but some very unique tombstones here, unlike I've ever seen before. But we got a bit more to cover. We don't know what to expect here, so we're going to keep walking and show you some of the better looking pieces along the way. Oh, here's a broken cross straight ahead of us here. Kind of gives it a unique look. But we're heading down the bottom of the hill and we'll see what else we find. There's the, is that General Hospital? Yeah, it's General Hospital here in Wilkes-Barre, so the cemetery is right across the street. Hey, there's a sign on the bottom, Wilkes-Barre General Hospital. So, all right, we'll pick up at our next location. So we came across these numbered plates here that are kind of odd because it's in place of a tombstone, and I may be wondering if these are the ones that are relocated from the East Market Street Cemetery. So if you guys happen to know if that is indeed what they are or why it's just number plates, feel free to let us know. So I kind of want to give you a 360 panorama here just to show you how expansive this really is. We're in like a intersection here, and everywhere you look is just tombstones, more tombstones. So it's quite the place. Aside from the noisy roadway, it is, without a doubt, a very tranquil and beautiful and peaceful cemetery. For Wilkes-Barre not having the best reputation, this is a gem in the rough, so to speak. So we came behind the farther part of the cemetery. We found the creek here. But look at this view though. All the shade, the big trees, and the dozens of tombstones. It just makes for a very beautiful picture, which I'm going to snap right now. So we're now in the far section, closer to the train trestle that we saw earlier with the train going over it. And this is really a super beautiful area. I know I'm using beautiful way too much, but it is just amazing. The size of this tree too. Put my hand up to it, you can see. That's a nice big healthy tree. But this is just a nice shady, quiet area back here. You don't hear the roadway. All you hear is nature and the visual beauty of this place. There's a scary, spooky dead tree. Very fitting for a cemetery. It's a picture perfect day too. No wind, blue skies, around 70 degrees. Can't ask for more ideal temperatures or weather than what we're having right now, especially coming up towards the middle of October. Now, one thing I said before, I'll say again, is that cemeteries are nothing short of amazing. Although sadness does surround them, the amount of beauty and lore and atmosphere that's here really makes it a unique place, unlike any place else you could visit. If you're looking for a place to clear your mind, to take photographs, to learn history, a place like this is where you want to come. I can't really say enough good things about visiting a cemetery. Even if you have no one that is buried here, it's still a great way to spend a day and learn something new about your area. Because most of the people that are buried here have ties in to the nearby city, Wilkes-Barre and surrounding, with businesses, leadership, and other historical values that are tied to it. So that's just my 2 cents, but hopefully you feel the same and you don't think of this as a negative place. This thing right in front of us here almost resembles like a tank. It's like a big military block. It's got stars on it. That is the strangest of all types of crypts I've ever seen. I'm guessing there is vaults in there, caskets. It's like it's built to survive an atomic bomb. Here we have the Jones Mausoleum. It's hiding back here in the far back section of the cemetery. Let's see if we get a peek in here. And you can see it's just lined with the vaults in there. Looks like it holds quite a bit too. Not as ornate, no stained glass, but still marble lined. And the nice gated doors. So here's a unique looking one. We got 2 crosses in the foreground and background, and right next to it is a tree, but it's not a tree. That's an actual tombstone. That's wild. That looks realistic too. That's solid. Very cool. Okay, so we're slowly wrapping things up here. We walked pretty much the entire cemetery. We have one final stretch to go to see if we missed anything at all. And then after that, we'll be wrapping up the video with our outro. And as I mentioned too, we will be doing the photo montage. I've captured well over probably 40, 50 photos already. And I know they're gonna come out pretty well. Some black and white ones, some color pop ones, and just some gorgeous looking scenery ones. So a little bit more to come, and then we'll do the outro and follow up with the photo montage. So don't go anywhere yet. So here I'm walking on what appears to be an old road, which is now just a grassy incline, but got some more of these mausoleums on the hillside here. That one looks like Bart, or Dart, D-A-R-T-E, I think. Payne, and then Stark. Really gorgeous looking. It's almost like a traditional haunted attraction scene. You know, you got the little graveyard here on the hillside, almost like you see at Disney's Haunted Mansion. And you got the mausoleums, just typically something you see at a Hollywood attraction. So you climbed up, this is Dart, D-A-R-T-E. And just to show you, this is really on a hillside here. You could take quite a tumble. Video doesn't do it justice, but they do have steps built alongside of it, which is nice. And it brings us to the backside, but the crypts kind of come back into here. very unique in their construction and design elements, but not only the location but the appearance of them. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the look here at the Hollenback Cemetery in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. With Halloween just around the corner, I thought it was an appropriate time to come here and show you some of the beauty that can be found inside this huge, massive, expansive, and amazing cemetery. This is my first time here, except for just doing some brief research on it, but it's cool to learn, though, about the history of it as to how it was created and the gentleman who donated the acreage to start the cemetery. A lot of names I did recognize from surrounding businesses and areas, and this is probably one of the largest ones I've ever been to, much larger than the Dunmore Cemetery, which equally is as impressive and beautiful in its own way. But for being down here in Luzerne County, Wilkes-Barre City, it's really a jewel in the rough. It's really a nice, peaceful area to come, relax, walk around, take pictures, and just enjoy what this has to offer here. If you guys have any thoughts or questions or anything special that stood out to you in this video, make sure you leave it down below in the description. And now we'll turn over to Mike. He'll share his thoughts.
Like the mausoleums, the headstones, of course. Got a lot of nice pictures. I will get a video going as well on my page, Good Day for Decay. Go and check it out.
Also, too, if you guys do like these cemetery tours, we do have other ones that we are aware of that do have not only some history, but also look more rundown and abandoned type. If you'd like to see tours of those, comment down below, give the video a thumbs up. That way we know that you enjoy these type of videos. With that said, don't forget to check out Mike's channel, subscribe if you enjoy his videos. Also in the description you'll find links to my Facebook page where I do share details and some material that doesn't always make it to my YouTube channel, as well as links to my Patreon page where if you donate $2 or more, you'll get exclusive access to upcoming projects, and my merchandise shop where you get t-shirts just like this one. I found a toy, it's officially abandoned, as well as a whole bunch of other unique items for men, women, and children alike. So with that said, thank you so much for watching today, and as always, we'll see you in the next video. And guys, while you're watching too, if you haven't noticed, I do have a new t-shirt design. I found an abandoned toy. It's officially abandoned. Not an abandoned toy, I found a toy. So those of you who may or may not have noticed, I do have a new Jesus. So one thing we came across here are these numbered plates, which I'm wondering if these are the ones that are maybe So one thing we came across here are these numbered plates that are in place of a tombstone. I'm wondering if these are the ones that were maybe I can't say relocated. Stop laughing.